You know that Wolverine that everyone thought was a rumor and would never be in the movie? Well, he's there. Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're all doing well. I'm the Monio, the interdimensional demon who talks most about Deadpool on YouTube, and you're on my channel. Just a reminder that this video will obviously be full of spoilers for the movie, so if you care about spoilers I recommend watching it first, since this movie is really good, and has excellent special appearances. I think the last time I left the theater with that same feeling was after the movie Spider-Man: No Way Home, a feeling of joy and nostalgia. But there are also people who haven't seen it yet, but want to know what's in the movie to decide whether to watch it in the theater or not. So if you're one of those people, or if you've simply already seen the movie, this video is for you. So let's get to the spoilers. The film begins with Deadpool talking to Jon Favreau, our beloved Happy Hogan. Wade was handing in a resume and asking for a position in the Avengers, but Happy turns him down. Wade accepts that he needs to live a normal life, and at his birthday party, the characters from the first and second films appear, as everyone saw in the trailer. However, during the party, Wade is kidnapped by the TVA, and there he discovers that Wolverine is a kind of anchor that keeps the timeline of that universe cohesive, and at that moment we see Thor's participation in the film, but he only appears on a monitor, redoing Loki's death scene in Thor 2, but it is a variant of Deadpool who is dying in Loki's place. Deadpool discovers that the TVA is going to erase his timeline, the same one in which the first and second films take place, and he tries to stop it by escaping with one of the time pads. So he has the idea of digging up Wolverine from the movie Logan, but he is already completely dead, so he starts traveling through several timelines, trying to find Wolverine to take to his universe, and with that, try to save his timeline from destruction. The first Wolverine he meets is a variation of Hugh Jackman, but very short and extremely hairy, showing what a Wolverine faithful to the comics would be like. Then Deadpool goes to a casino and we see the Wolverine patch, which is the Wolverine that appears in the comics along with the Grey Hulk, and the Hulk also appears briefly in that same casino, but it is not the gray version, but rather the same green version that we see in the MCU. He meets another variant of Wolverine with his famous brown suit, in a forest, who attacks him without even talking. Deadpool arrives in another universe and sees another variation of Hugh Jackman, in a scene that reproduces the famous cover of Uncanny X-Men, in which Wolverine is nailed to an X, alluding to a cross, and the interesting thing is that the scene is exactly the same, with skulls on the ground and raining blood. After that, Deadpool finds another variation of Hugh Jackman, in a futuristic setting, which is the Wolverine from Age of Apocalypse, who even has one of his hands missing. In the next universe, Deadpool sees another variation of Wolverine, from behind and wearing a white tank top. He is quite strong, and when he gets closer it is revealed that this is a variation played by Henry Cavill, which was a rumor for a long time, and Deadpool comments that the actor was incredible as Wolverine. In the next universe, a desolate place, Deadpool finds the old Wolverine, from the comic Old Man Logan, sitting in front of a cabin. Finally, Deadpool encounters the variant of Wolverine that we will see in the film, which is the one we saw in the trailer, in the bar scene. Deadpool notices that this Wolverine is wearing his yellow outfit underneath his trench coat, and takes him to the TVA, in the hope that he can be used to save his timeline. Paradox says that this is not possible and that he will destroy his universe. Deadpool opposes and is sent to the Void. In the Void, Deadpool meets another great cameo, Chris Evans with a beard, wearing a kind of cloak over his clothes. Deadpool recognizes him and calls him Captain, and at that moment Pyro, Sabretooth, and other characters from the Fox universe that we had already seen in the trailers appear. Then Steve Rogers prepares for combat, and Deadpool gets excited, and says that he will say the famous phrase from Captain America, Avengers Assemble, but the phrase he says is Flame On, revealing that Chris Evans was actually playing Human Touch, the character he played in the 2005 film Fantastic Four. Human Touch is defeated by Pyro, who completely absorbs his flames, and soon after we have the epic confrontation between Wolverine and Sabretooth that appears in one of the trailers, and Wolverine quickly defeats him, decapitating the villain. Deadpool and Wolverine are captured and taken to Cassandra Nova, who reveals that she is Charles Xavier's twin sister and shows that his chair came to the Void, but that she never found the Xavier of her universe. Human Touch is killed by Cassandra, and the villain's entire lair is attacked by Alioth, the one that appears in the Loki series. Wolverine and Deadpool manage to escape in the midst of the confusion. Our duo then meets Dogpool, who is the dog variant of Deadpool, but she belongs to another Deadpool, who is a variant of Ryan Reynolds, only with a perfect face and long hair. A while later, Deadpool and Wolverine end up in a kind of refuge, where some characters who have been renegades and forgotten in their universes are. There's Elektra, played by Jennifer Garner, from that horrible movie, but despite the movie being very bad, Jennifer Garner is amazing. She is already over 50 years old and still wonderful. Another one who is also there is Blade, played by Wesley Snipes. And I have to say that he is quite surprising, because this actor is already over 60 years old, but he looks very good for his age, and he also has a very cool look. We also have Gambit, played by Channing Tatum, and guys, I have to highlight this one because it looks incredible. He is wearing the same clothes as in the comics, and although they don't put black eyes, it still looks absolutely fantastic. The interesting thing is that this was the only one that didn't actually have a movie, but this is a reference to a Gambit movie that was supposed to exist, with this actor, but that was cancelled, after Disney bought Fox. And finally, we have the woman everyone wanted to see, Laura Kinney, our beloved X-23, played by the beautiful Daphne Keane, and for those of you who were having doubts, she is not a variant. She is the same character that was in Logan, only older, and she still has the same glasses that she wore in the movie Logan. After a final battle between these characters and Cassandra Nova's henchmen, she reveals that a variant of Doctor Strange was in the Void and was killed by her, and that she kept the artifact that Ned used in No Way Home to open the portals. Deadpool and Wolverine are taken back to one of the TVA facilities, and then several other variants of Deadpool appear, and a question that everyone had: who is the Lady Deadpool that appears in the trailer? Is she Taylor Swift? Madonna? And I tell you that it is no one. The character never takes off her mask and reveals who she is, and the reason for this is very simple. It is not a guest star, or celebrity, or anyone known to the public. It is just an actress that they hired to wear the costume and play Lady Deadpool. And yes, I know it is disappointing, but that is what happened. Other Deadpools that deserve to be highlighted are a cowboy Deadpool, a samurai Deadpool, and a Deadpool with a robotic armor. And finally, we have the last special appearance by actress Wunmi Mosaku, who worked on the Loki series and is currently one of the directors of the TVA. The film ends with Logan and X-23 joining Wade's friends who were at his birthday party, which is great because it indicates that they may become recurring characters in the next Deadpool films, just like Colossus or Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and I hope that happens. For those who are going to see the movie, know that there is a post-credits scene, which is basically a joke, but it is a very good joke. And if you watch this video wondering if the movie is worth watching, I tell you that it is. It is not a movie that connects with anything that the MCU is planning, but it is a movie that celebrates and plays with the entire legacy of Fox movies, the good and the bad. Well, that's it folks. These were all the references and special appearances that I could remember. Did you notice any that I forgot? Leave a comment, and if you liked the video, subscribe to follow the next content. Until next time my people, demonic hugs.